Number one is get vaccinated, right? I mean, if an employer had 100% of their team members vaccinated, it would be incredibly safe to return people to work. That's a lofty goal, obviously, but that's really the answer. Now, I think you're probably going to be using some hybrid model, right? So you have people that are vaccinated, others who aren't. Some roles could be, still working from home, makes sense. But there's something about being in person at a place of business. I can tell you from our own experience. I'm in a building in Winston-Salem right now. We have a floor here. When team members can interact in person, that's when a lot of great things happen. A lot of great ideas are tossed around. Collaboration occurs, right? So it makes some sense to get people back in the same room because it makes a lot of sense for us, but you got to do it safely. So vaccination is by far number one. If people aren't vaccinated, you're going to have to think about the environment they're in, right? The airflow in the rooms, how well people can space out, how many people are in the space. You're going to have to continue to mask and all of those kind of things. So I think we're going to be kind of in a transition period here. I don't think it's going to be, hey, pull the switch, everybody comes back unmasked and back to doing what you're doing. You're going to be getting people vaccinated, wearing masks, having appropriate space, seeing if the pandemic continues to trail off, and then go from there. I know some businesses may require vaccine. We know Rutgers University will be requiring vaccine in the fall, is what I saw in the press. So, some may choose to take that route to ensure that everybody's protected. So I applaud them for making plans and thinking through that. But by far, number one on the list is get everyone vaccinated. Healthcare have dealt with this already around influenza vaccine. So over a number of years, many healthcare systems in the United States and elsewhere in the world have mandated influenza vaccine unless individuals have a medical reason or religious exemption. And so we're familiar with that process, and we're very familiar with working through that. And so other industries may not be as familiar with that. And so they're going to have to think through those issues for themselves. I think for us, our approach has been, let's educate our team members. Let's speak to the need to protect themselves and their family and our patients. And let's see where we can get to with that. These vaccines are currently operating under emergency use authorization. And so we would need to get out of that first to get full approval to think through it. I think you will see healthcare systems consider that. I mean, look, week or two ago in parts of our state, there was a 20-case outbreak of COVID on a cancer unit. And so, I don't know if they've done all the due diligence on that, but if a team member brought COVID in, then you really have to think about, hey, what would happen here if we had required everybody to have COVID vaccine? It really hits home when you have a family member, I should say, on a unit like that. If your family member's on a bone marrow transplant unit or has leukemia or has cancer somewhere, you want the team members coming to care for them to be vaccinated against things they can be vaccinated against, because those are life-threatening infections for people. So as I said, we have experience in healthcare. We'll take it step by step. We hope our team members will just keep getting vaccinated, and we won't need to do things like think about mandating, but I think you will see healthcare systems do that.